Welcome back, everybody. My name is BluJay, and we are back at the Reverb Outpost. To get things started in today's episode, we are doing a little bit of resource gathering. That's right. That's going to be the story of my life over these next couple of episodes, is just doing a bunch of this. And most of it will be off camera because I won't bore you with the chopping down of trees. But the project we're working on is going to require quite a bit of wood. If you don't know what we're working on, we are building a brand new storage system. Now, I've got a starter storage area in my snow cave, but it does not hold very much, and we are quite honestly maxed out in capacity for quite a few of the chests, and we have been for a while. So there have been things like cobblestone and regular stone, those two mainly, that every time I get them from mining, I just kind of let them despawn on the ground. I throw them down because I've got no place to store them, and I gotta fix that because we don't want to waste valuable resources. Yes, cobblestone is very abundant in this world. We'll never run out of it, but I'd rather hang on to it for future projects that we might need. So we are working on an automatic sorting system that is going to be 100 modules, 200 double chests in those modules, with hoppers galore. We've got a ton of resource gathering to do, and I definitely know we will not get this done in today's episode because it is a massive project, and I don't want to rush it, and I am a bit behind schedule, which we'll talk about here in just a moment. So this episode is going to span across multiple episodes, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you what the build is going to be. I mentioned this in the last episode, but if you missed it, you might not know. The storage system itself is actually going to be inside a massive cargo ship, and this was an idea that was given to me and based off of a comment that was given to me by one of the subscribers who watches this channel, so thank you so much for that, and I will mention this person a little bit later in the episode. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about this build, and I hope you guys are too. It's probably going to be the largest build I've ever tried to accomplish on this channel, and I'm determined we're going to get it done. So the reason I'm a little bit behind schedule is because I went ahead and made a beta video for the update Aquatic on Bedrock Edition. If you haven't seen that yet, which I know a lot of you have, it did very well on the channel. A lot of people have seen it so far, way more than normally watch the survival series, so I'm just blown away at the massive amount of support that came in from that video. But if you by chance have not seen it yet, be sure to go check it out. Some valuable information there about the new update that's coming out. No idea on when the release date is going to be, so just don't ask because I have no answer for you. I have no insider knowledge. I have nothing. All I know is that there is a beta, and that usually means we're close. Whether close is a few weeks or a few months, I would err on the side of a few months because based on the amount of content that was in the first beta from the update Aquatic, it's going to be a while. So be patient on waiting for that, and in the meantime, stay tuned for more videos of the beta releases. I plan to do at least the major ones. There was another one that was released like hours after I uploaded the first video, but the only thing that changed in that beta was like a bug fix for name tags, or named mobs, stuff like that. So it wasn't something that I would be like, yeah, let's go ahead and make another video on this. So I will make videos on the major beta releases where there's new features and things to check out, and maybe do a few like odds and ends kinds of videos on it here and there, as new features are added to the game. So stay tuned. I'm happy that you guys really enjoyed that video, and again, if you haven't seen it yet, be sure to go check that out. Well, we've run out of durability on our axe, and I need to repair it, but what we're going to do instead of just regular repairing is we're going to combine it with this guy. Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 4. Okay, that's 15, that's 19. That one is cheaper to do it that way. So there we go. And I've also got a mending book here, and it costs way more than we have. Let's go get those levels. Be right back. Okay, I spent a few minutes at the zombie farm, and we have gathered enough levels to add this mending book to our axe, and this will mean that every single one of our tools has mending. Our sword has mending as well, but our bow does not, and that's because I have infinity on it, and I would rather have infinity than mending because you can repair bows pretty easily. And there we go. That's it. All of our tools have mending. This is a good day. Before we go back out gathering more wood, I just want to check out how much this is going to get us in the way of chests, because we're going to need 400 single chests, plus all of the chests needed to make the hoppers. I've already got a few hoppers made that I've kind of backlogged, because I knew this project was coming, but we definitely do not have enough to complete the entire build. And it looks like we're probably going to get one full stack of chests out of 2 stacks of logs. If I have done the math correctly, should be 32 more chests right there. Perfect. Yep, 32 more chests. So we've got 1 stack of chests. All right, so this is going to take a while because, yeah, we're going to need a lot of wood. Be right back. I normally don't do this, but I thought I'd take a break from resource gathering to show you guys the actual build in the testing world, and this is, for all intents and purposes, complete. Aside from the aesthetics, like the entire system is in working order, minus the input chest, because I'm still waiting to figure out where that's going to go once we get it in place in the survival world, but this is the actual sorting system all completed. Now check it out. I've got item frames for like snow stuff and for stained glass that we use pretty often, for redstone and things that we would need for the subscriber barracks and Patreon armory, and wood supplies and all of the works. And at the very end of the hall here, we've got like junk stuff as well, so like an overflow area where there's items that are just not going to get sorted. Then we've got all of our stone, and then we've got different things like special blocks from the nether or from the end, and we've got like our diamonds and the plants and the food and all of the things. We've got this pretty well sorted out, and this took me hours to get this all sorted out. Took a very long time. So this is basically what we're aiming for. The reason why I'm showing you this is because I want to give you a vision for what we are going to be building, because it's not going to get done today. And I don't want you to sit back at the end of the episode and be like, what did you do? You just placed down a few chests, because that's pretty much all we're going to be doing. My plan is to get the format in place, and if we have time to do anything else, we'll see, but I am, again, already behind schedule. So I'm not counting on getting like the interior done or anything like that, or any of the item frames in place, just the chests, maybe some hoppers, we'll see. But that's, this is what we're aiming for. This is the build. Brito Plays wants to know, what do you think of the new mob called the Drowned and the new texture of the Phantom? I thought that we could answer this question while we do a little bit more resource gathering, but before we do, I just wanted to mention that this person is the one who made the suggestion to build a massive ship outside in the front lawn, and the suggestion came in, and I was like, this is a really cool idea. What could we do with this? And so I thought to myself, I've been looking for a really cool idea for a storage system, so let's make a cargo ship instead of a capital ship, and this is kind of how this idea came to life. So thank you for submitting that comment. Guys, submit comments, submit questions. These kinds of things always give me ideas, and it's always awesome to see your idea that you suggested come to life on the screen. So if that's something that interests you, if you want to see one of your build ideas come to life in one of these episodes, just leave frequent comments. Maybe you don't think anything will come out of it. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but you know, for this instance, this is a really cool idea that one of you suggested, so thank you for that. Let's go ahead and answer this question. So what do I think of the new mob, the Drowned? I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I know it's just a variation of a zombie, and I actually misspoke in the beta build video and said that the, what is it called? The Stray was a variation of a zombie. I totally forgot and misspoke. It's actually a variation of the skeleton, but we've already got a couple of variations of different mobs. So we've got like the zombie villager, and we've got the regular zombie, of course. We've got the husk, which is a zombie in the desert. We've got the stray, which is the skeleton in the snow biomes. And now we have the Drowned, which is a variation of a zombie in the ocean. And I think it's pretty cool. And that, to my knowledge, is the only way to get the trident as of right now, which is actually a pretty cool, you know, way to acquire that. The Phantom texture, absolutely love it. I've been watching some of the review videos, some of the updates, and I just think that it keeps getting better and better and better. I think that's going to be a fun mob to have to deal with, especially because there's a lot of times where I'm not sleeping at night. I just kind of do my thing. I mine, or I'm building, or, you know, I'm just working away and I forget to sleep in a bed, and before you know it, one of these phantoms is going to pop up and try to attack me. So I'm really excited about that new mob. It's going to be pretty fun. And the texture itself, amazing. Looks great. Well, I think that's about enough resource gathering for today. Let's go ahead and get started with the build, and I've marked out where I wanted to start this. So we're going to pillar up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on top of the 6th block, we're going to... Oh, it's so cool. Love the mountain. We're going to place down our row of chests, and we'll start one over just like this. And the reason why we are doing this is because I want to leave room underneath for the actual aesthetic of the build to come into play. I don't want to, build it right up against the ground and then have to dig the ground out, and we'll probably have to do some terraforming here and there because this is not flat ground, and if I've calculated it out correctly, we're going to go over the top of that icy river, so we're going to have to do some tinkering with the terrain here to make this build actually fit in with the environment, but that was my plan all along. This front lawn was never going to remain like super holy like it is because there's a lot of little cave systems that jut out of it, and we really need to fix that up. I want to flatten a lot of it out, make it walkable because I've got to like walk around a little chasm to get in the front door, and I don't like that. That's eventually going to get fixed. But I wanted to start with a clean slate by building this up a little higher so that once we get to the actual build of the cargo ship, we don't have to worry about running into the ground. And I think I've got enough space here between the mountain and the edge of the ship to make it work as well. But I'm going to get these chests in place and then do a little bit of looking to make sure. But something I wanted to talk to you guys about while we are putting in these first few chests here. The next couple of weeks are going to start getting pretty busy for me. If you don't know, I have mentioned this several times on my channel in my videos. I work for a church. That's my full-time job. YouTube is a hobby, but my full-time job is leading worship for a church, and I do a lot of like creative stuff. I make videos for our church, and I help out with our youth group and different things like that. Easter is coming up. It's a very, very busy time for a church worker, and I'm going to be pretty swamped with a lot of things going on. And so I wanted to kind of give you the heads up. I talked about this last year because it was like just a couple of months after I started my channel, and I mentioned it then. And I want to mention it now because there are a lot more of you here that were not here last year. My schedule may be a little bit weird that week as far as uploads. You may not see any videos. You may see only one video. Maybe you won't see a Reverb Outpost video. Maybe you'll just see like a beta build video because those only take like 15 minutes to record, and then, maybe a half an hour to edit and make a thumbnail and get uploaded to YouTube. But I wouldn't expect necessarily a 30-minute Reverb Outpost video unless I can find the time to pre-record it. But can I reach that from here? No, I don't think I can. All right, well, we'll build some scaffolding. Anyways, so I don't know what the schedule is going to look like. I know I'm going to be very busy, but I don't know what that means for videos on my channel for the next couple of weeks. So bear with me. Once Easter is over, we'll be back into a regular upload schedule, but leading up to April 1st, it's going to be a little bit crazy, and especially the week of April 1st, the week right before it. You may not see the regular video upload schedule. So just wanted to forewarn you and let you know, just in case you were wondering. All right, so we're placing in our first little section of hoppers here, and this is going to be what takes the items from the distribution line into the actual chests where they should be stored in the appropriate category. Now, these two hoppers in each module here are not the ones that actually do the sorting. There will be one more hopper on top, actually two more hoppers on top of these. One of them is the distribution line, that's the very top hopper, and the one right below that on top of these two hoppers is the sorting line, which we probably won't get around to this episode because I'm not sure that I'm even going to have enough hoppers to fill all of the chests that we're going to be doing today. So we will get to that a little bit later. If you want to know how the sorting system works, I do have a video in my blueprints series on an automatic sorting system, which is exactly this, and it's not even my original design. You can find this design all over YouTube. I think the first person to have designed this is Impulse SV. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the first person who came up with this design. But it's pretty standard. It is a very, very stable sorting system. Pretty standard. Doesn't use any shulker boxes. I was tinkering around with trying a shulker box design for one section of this build, but I could never get one working very well. But one of my... that's not the correct number of chests. I'm going to have to fix that in a second. One of my Patreon patrons actually designed a shulker box selection system where you can call up a specific shulker box to bring it to the front of the system, so you can, for all intents and purposes, sort stuff out that way. It's a really cool design, and I'll probably leave that link in the description below. I'm not going to use it for this particular build, but I've got a really cool idea for where else in the base that I could potentially use that, and I'm not going to talk about that just now because I don't know if I'll keep that or if I'll change my mind, but I think I am going to use that at least somewhere in my base. I just don't want to reveal too much information too quickly. You know, don't want to lock ourselves into plans that we aren't completely ready for just yet, because this is a build that's going to take a while. So I will leave that link in the description below if you're curious how to make a really cool Bedrock Edition shulker box selection system. Definitely check this out. And again, like, this was all because I submitted a question on Twitter, or I don't even think it was a question. I think it was just like, oh man, shulker box selection systems don't really work very well in Bedrock Edition. Wish they did. And he was like, hey, I've got a design that works. You want to see it? And I was like, absolutely. And so he went and made a video. So be sure to do that kind of stuff in the comment section. Be sure to interact with me more than just like, hey, I was the first one to comment. I know that's kind of a big thing on YouTube, and I'm not sure why. I've never understood that culture of, hey, I'm the first one to comment. I know a lot of you do it, but leave more like suggestions and ideas and stuff like that. Those are the things that I love interacting with you guys, because you as the community have really cool ideas, and you know, some of your ideas inspire more ideas for the stuff that I'm doing on this channel, and this is like a huge community thing. So anyway, that's enough of that. I'm going to keep putting these chests in place, and then we will move on to the next part of our build. All right, so I fixed a few things off camera because I broke a few things while we were talking, but each section here should have 5 rows of 2 double chests, and that's the same throughout the entire build, separated by a column. Now, all of this cobblestone, it's not going to stay. This is just scaffolding. It's just to get our framework in place. We're going to replace it with that white concrete that you saw in the testing world, but that is going to come at a later time. Definitely not today. We're just getting the infrastructure in place so we can get the sorting system all worked out, and then we will work on the aesthetics of this thing a little bit later on. Who knows, maybe some of that will happen in the next episode. Not sure yet, but for now, we are just working on the actual storage functionality is what we're doing right now. So the next little part of our build that we're working on right now is actually a break in the flow of chests, because we need access to our second level. I don't know if you guys caught that in the creative testing world or not, but this is a double-decker cargo ship with 2 layers of storage, and I really like the way that it worked out, because, you know, not every item needs a place to be stored with its own module, and like I said, it took hours upon hours upon hours before I even touched a block, deciding in a notepad which items would get their own module, which items would be sorted individually, and which items would share a module with other items. So, yeah, and then even which item in those modules where it's sharing, which one would get sorted and which one we would put in manually, and all of that kind of stuff. So it's all like really technical behind the scenes work, but all you need to know is this is going to sort items, it's going to store a ton of items, and it's going to be amazing when it is finally finished. So I'm going to do a little bit more work off camera, focus a little bit on this, and then I'll come back to you in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have got the entire layout finished. Now, there's only single chests on some of these because I've run out of wood, and I only have 29 chests left in my inventory, so it's not going to get done at the moment, and I am like almost legitimately completely out of time, and there's a couple more things that we need to do, namely the subscriber barracks here in just a moment when we get around to that. And I got to edit and upload and do all that stuff, but I just love the view from up here. It's too bad this is going to be enclosed for the most part. Maybe we'll put some windows in or something. Maybe we'll be able to see out to the mountain. But yeah, we've got both of our layers. We've got like a staircase that's going to come up down in the 3 wide areas up to the 3 wide areas right here. And it'll have access from both sides. I think that's the way that I'm going to do it. I think I want to have a staircase on both sides. But yeah, that's pretty much the layout for our chests. That's really all there is to say about that. All we've got to do now is put the redstone in place and do the actual aesthetics, which both of those things are going to take a very long time because we need more hoppers, we need lots of redstone, we need more wood for more chests, for more things. So that's about all that I've got time for as far as this build goes today. So let's go on over and do our subscriber of the day, add that person to the subscriber barracks, and then we will call this one a day and keep working in the next episode. And I think I am going to go ahead and finish the chest layout, get all the hoppers in place for this top row like we did down below. I'll probably go ahead and finish that up in between episodes, and then we will start the actual sorting system process in the next episode. Alright, so now it is time to add the next person to our subscriber barracks, Purple Squadron, and funnily enough, this is actually the daughter of one of my other subscribers, and if I understood correctly, I think they either watched this series together, or at least they've talked about it, or something like that, but we're going to go ahead and add her to the subscriber barracks today, and just have a little fun with this. So the person we are adding today, their screen name is Soul Ship 744365. And also this person's name is Vanessa, and I'm just giving a shout out. Hey Vanessa, thanks for watching, thanks for being so active. Glad you and your dad can watch this together. How many of you guys in this series watch this with other family members? That'd be kind of an interesting fact to know. I'm not sure how many people just watch this on their own and have fun with it, or how many of you guys watch this with your siblings or with your kids or with your parents. I'd love to know who you watch this series with. Let me know in the comment section below. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time that I've got for today. We got the chests in place, all of the double chests. I did that off camera in between takes, and we've still got to put the hoppers in place, but I don't have the materials for them yet. So I'm going to do that in between episodes, get all the hoppers ready to go so that we can start the sorting system in the very next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know what you liked about it in the comment section below. I would appreciate hearing some feedback from you guys on what you thought about this video. And also, be sure to go check out that beta build video if you haven't seen it yet. A lot of really cool information in there about the upcoming update for Minecraft Bedrock Edition and Minecraft Java Edition for that matter, because they are both getting the same features, even if the Bedrock Edition beta builds are slightly behind what Java is doing right now. So always good to see stuff from the platform you play on. So be sure to go to check out that video. I will be posting more of those videos again as they release more major features and builds coming up in the future. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.